Well, hi and welcome to a new world of WATSORB and the first edition of WATSORB Plays. The first game for WATSORB Plays treatment is Final Fantasy VIII. A game I've never played before. I played Final Fantasy VII, loved that, but just never got around to getting 8. By the time I was getting a game again, Final Fantasy IX was out, and just ended up moving on with that. Played 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, never ever got back round to playing 8, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this and seeing how this Final Fantasy plays out. A nice new intro tune, getting Nobuo Uematsu, I'm sure going to be coming in with a tremendous score. Just skip that. So, like the Final Fantasy VII upgrade, we've got the ×3 speed and the boosting your limit break, etc. But I'll try not to be using that, certainly as much as I can anyway. But into a lovely introduction sequence, and I believe this was the advert for the game at the time. But I'll let this play and we'll pick up once the action begins. So let's see how we get on as WATSORB Plays Final Fantasy VIII. So we wake up after the events of the introduction scene. And yeah, I would assume your forehead would hurt if you've just been smacked with a sword. So although I would always go with Rusty in VIII, IX and X, given the fact we are doing WATSORB Plays, then might as well make it WATSORB. We'll see for the chap in the white coat, I'm assuming. In the intro, I mean, not the doctor here. Yeah, just ignore him. So very different start than we saw in Final Fantasy VII. It's obviously straight into the action, into a mission, into the fighting, etc. But I think perhaps with the success of Final Fantasy VII and a much wider audience coming then to Japanese RPGs, that they maybe wanted to add in a little bit more introduction in how to meet again. So I'm not sure who that is. But yeah, I think maybe the success of 7, they maybe decided to put a longer bit of introduction. I think it does take a wee bit of time to get going, past the training, etc. I've no idea how the story goes, but that's not the same girl that we saw there, but assuming this is our commander or squadron leader or something. She's also in charge of the both of us. We've got an exam. Final Fantasy VIII, the first one to have characters like this, fully detailed and accurate figures throughout this. Very much like the characters from the battle scenes have been just pulled out and led to walkabout. So early little bit of flirty back and forth between you and the teacher. The graphics are very good. I know this is obviously the remastered version, but I still think it's clear that they've really pushed the boat out for Final Fantasy VIII. I think that maybe they would have done so for 7 if they could have been assured its success, because I think to have done more to 7 would have put it onto 4 discs, which I think they were scared to do. And, this was also over 4 discs. I think 9 was as well. Excuse me, a lovely scene of our garden, I think it is, that we're in. I've played through this early mission, early training bits a couple of times when I was preparing this, trying to get the run right. So, exam for seed candidates. I'm going to go with seed. I looked up, there's a slight bit of dubiety as to whether it's seed or CD, but I think seed, by the sounds of it, runs better within the conversations in the game, so we'll go with that. So as I said, I think perhaps not going to be the most exciting couple of videos in terms of gaming action, just as we'll get some introductions to the game, the style, the story obviously. With Cipher there, I'm not sure how he's going to pan out. I thought he was going to be like your kind of Sephiroth kind of guy, and it does seem to bear sort of resemblances to that dynamic of Sephiroth and Cloud pre Final Fantasy VII, when they were sort of mentoring pupil. But I'm not sure how that dynamic is going to play out if Cipher goes on to become an antagonist or protagonist, but we'll see. Quistis, I'm assuming, is Instructor Treppy? Treppy? I'm going to go with Treppy because it sounds better. have not been to the fire cavern. Well, I assume I better go then. Too busy. Too busy fighting with Seifer. No, we don't have a good excuse. Fannying about is what we were doing. So let's keep the gameplay very tame in this first video. As go and have a look at some of the, well, maybe not useless information, it's a bit harsh. Also the internet and things in 1999, that would have been coming in, really becoming a sort of bigger thing at that point. And I think this very much resembles that. I think there's just some information about the garden. Also, this is Balam Garden, the Balam Garden network, some kind of intranet or something. Just obviously various different bits of information like that. A lot of stuff here is just nonsense, probably just giving you bits of background in the story. This bit makes me think a guy that's basically gone off and buggered off somewhere, Wimbley Donner. I would presume we'll be finding him at some point. Don't know if he'll become a group member or anything like that, but he seems to me like the wandering Moogle that you see in Final Fantasy IX. Kind of appear, that's the kind of feel I get from that. As I said, a lot of useless information. I didn't know how the hell to find my way out of this. Been through a couple of times, still can't navigate it properly. But there was a page in here that I found quite certainly still prevalent today. It's, I'm assuming, I'm sure in 1999. Yeah, this with an opinions page. Very much in the style of forums, etc. at the time, and yeah, it was very much internet comment sections. This part, I would say, and it still feels very, as I said, very prevalent today, to be honest. I'm going to try and pay attention to some of these things, some of these names or initials. I wonder if any of these actually maybe will show up later. I don't imagine I'm missing anything important though, so I think I'm done for now. Go and head to the fire cavern. Just get my bearings. Oh. Oh! What the hell where you're bloody going? But no, I'll be nice. I'm assuming these options, dialogue options, may have some minor implications, maybe major implications later. We'll maybe need to look that up actually. I'm also going to play this through once, so if there are other options I'll maybe need to see where those turn, how those go. Right, so there must be other gardens about. Right, so I think we'll show her about. I presume the way she's introduced that she will become one of our crew or team or whatever at some point. I must say the characters do look really good. I assume a lot of that's to do with the remastering, but it's Slight animation glitching there. To be expected, I'm sure. Yeah, very much feel like actually playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. The movement of characters, etc. It does seem to be what's been taken, I would say, from 10 onwards. Because with 9 it did feel to me to revert a little bit, which I liked, certainly at the time. I do have good memories of 9. But the cards, they were in 9, so that the wee side game, I think that must be the same idea. So let's go and show her about. Really this serves as an introduction again to the player, to let us know what we're doing, what the area is that we're in, where everything is. So Balam Garden. So that's where we can save and rest in there. Actually, we need to go see it at some point if you can actually get hot dogs. Certainly in newer games, I'm sure that they would have maybe a side mission of going and getting hot dogs or something. But yeah. So just some very basic, probably much useless information. Again, just for the surrounding area. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Sid. There's always a Sid in Final Fantasy, isn't there? So yes, we will be taking the Seed exam. I think that Seed makes more sense as a pronunciation again, given the fact that we're in a garden, we're cadets, or it would seem so. Yeah, we plant the cadets or the seeds in the garden and watch them grow, I guess is the idea behind that. So Instructor Preppy's waiting for me, so I'll leave this for now and we'll pick up in part 2 and get on with WATSORB Plays Final Fantasy VIII. See you soon.